Secrets of Norganon. If we could get like a rotating tier 7 Murloc setup, that'd be pretty cool. Bran with Murlocs? Absolutely. You know, I say that, and I didn't even look to see if Murlocs were in the game. But Bran with Murlocs? Obviously, every game isn't necessarily going to have Murlocs in it, so we'll just play whatever we feel like. But for the most part, I'm feeling Murlocs today. It's not very often that we play Murlocs, let alone intentionally, so let's see what kind of stuff we can pull off here. Secrets of Norganon. 28 armor. This is kind of like the equivalent. Bran right now is the equivalent of Patchwork, as far as just how much health we have to start with. It's kind of nutty. What's going on? Blue Flamme. 2 people quit right away. Horse Thief, clearly he wasn't successful. And Shadow Ill, I don't know, maybe he was subject to the light or something. That's what I'm gonna go with. Rune Raised. It's kind of a neat skin. I mean, yeah, that's not terrible. Whatever that name is. Okay. Elise, Cenarius, Mr. Pokemon. Alright, let's go. I'm all about it. We get to versus dead guy right away. Easiest round 1 we've had in a while. Let's go against the other guy. Alright, we got... There's a chance we get a Battlecry minion. There's actually a pretty good chance with Demon Elementals and Murlocs. I'm gonna say let's go for it. Oh, we have to buy one, don't we? That's stupid. I don't know why I did that. Alright, well. That was kind of my bad. Alright, at least we got the good absorb. It's after you buy Battlecry minions. I don't know why I was thinking I could get one at random from the spell.
I think you can win this thing.
That's alright. Win is a win. Think about it this way. In the first, like, 3 turns, that's the equivalent of, like, 10 health, which is a turn 4 through, what, 7? Death, essentially. Let's go with Ominous Seer, them apples, and we'll grab that Bubble Gunner. Divine Shield, perfect. It's a good start to Murlocs. So, the whole thing is going to be get the... Well, I think the triple... I don't know how it works. All I know is that if you have stealth, it doesn't count, or it can override or something. Like if you already have stealth on Bubble Gunner, the triple won't necessarily get 2 new ones or something. I don't know. Stealth is screwy. D-Tide. 2 wins and then... Keep up everything for a tier up.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
Let's do Elemental. And we'll get that extra gold next turn. I'm gonna be rich. Mr. Pokemon killing it with Reno so far. Tie win-win. That is, we've had 3 wins. We are on a perfect game so far. Hopefully we don't lose that to Mr. Pokemon. I bet his favorite Pokemon's like Pikachu or something stupid. How many of you actually like Pikachu? That is the real question. He's the most obnoxious Pokemon in existence. Especially since it, like, won't evolve. Like, Ash's Pikachu gives Pokemon a bad rap. That's a win. All of us are just going to verse each other on repeat, too. No bundo. Alright, so we got Picky Eater. 1 refresh. Sure, Dune Dweller it is. Get that brand. Double buff elementals. And this is going to go off twice, so with any luck, we'll at least get the elemental. We did. Alright, cool.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
Let's do these two, and we'll go Dune Dweller for the double buff again. I did that for the triple potential. Next turn, we can go up a tier, hopefully get either another Picky Eater or another Dune Dweller, get a double Battle Cry on either or both, preferably Picky Eater, just so we ramp up, and then get a tier 4. Right now we are kind of leagues ahead of them. It's 5-round win streak. If we're gonna lose it, now is gonna be the time. We're gonna go against like Wagtoggle or something. No. Greater Trinket next turn or double Greater Trinket? I think we go... Let's go Souvenir Stand. I think we're gonna be able to get it, and I'm all about that. Let's go Blazing Skyfin. We'll stay at this tier. Perfect. Dune Dweller. Huge triple. We'll get a tier 3 instead. But the... I don't really care about how many times it goes off. It's more or less for the Skyfin buff. And Reckless Cliff Diver. Also kind of perfect for this. So we got big minions. We got a couple decent Murlocs. And Souvenir Stand on a perfect game so far. Mixed minions, Ornate Clock. So I'm actually kind of glad we're going against her this turn. Each refresh, get a Murloc in the tavern. Give a Murloc in the tavern. So, does that guarantee you a Murloc in the tavern? Oh, give Murlocs in the tavern. No, it doesn't guarantee you Murlocs. Imagine getting Finley's helmet and then just like basically dead drawing no Murlocs.
Time to teach you a thing or two about magic.
Perfect. Not even close. Six damage. They're under that 30 mark already. We are still almost at 60 HP. On turn 7, we have 58 health. I'm gonna grab this. I'm also gonna grab the Parched Wanderer. Let's do refresh. Ominous Seer. Tad. Alright, another Bubble Gunner, which I do kind of want. I think we're gonna do away with the 2 Picky Eaters. Double Battle Cry on Shell Collector. Let's do 2 gold next turn. And I kind of want to see what we have on a refresh. Chef's choice. We do not have dragons, so we'll get a Murloc.
Everyone's gunning for you. Watch out.
Reno's on a pretty killer win streak. Oh my. I see why. He's going for a straight Naga build. Alright. Our first loss, 4 damage, not a big deal. He's staying at tier 2 though, it looks like. Which could be good or bad for him. Kind of depends on what his greater trinket is.
Oh, it's okay.
Next turn though, greater trinket. Let's go tier 3.
Great. Let's get some better minions in here.
Tier 3, tier 4. I'm going to leave the field the way it is. We could take 15 here, but we kind of need to push Tavern tier now. We got somebody at tier 6 already, tier 5, tier 4, tier 5, so. I think he's going to have decent base skill. Kind of wanted the other Skyfin, but wasn't necessarily worthwhile. We'll see what Souvenir Standing gives us. Double Greater Trinket on this turn. There's a good chance we're going to lose this round. But that is why we did so well early on. So if we take 15, we'll still have 9 armor left over. We are good until turn, what, 11? Alright, 9 damage. You don't even kind of take that much damage, so that's cool. 45 health. We have exact lethal in 3 turns. Not really a big deal. Get a Tide Oracle Morgl ×2. So right off the bat, we can use 2 Tide Oracle Morgls. That is going to be gross. This first one will buff up. Base skill will summon a second one. Let's go up a tier and see what we can do. Primal Fin.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
I'm gonna do Primal Fin. Gromling Gourmet. Let's go with Tad.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
Kind of want to do away with these two for another Bran. I think it's worthwhile. I'm going to put Bran on the field. And then I'm going to put this Gromling Gourmet for now. When this attacks and kills a minion, which it's going to kill them no matter what, with Poisonous, as long as they don't have Divine Shield. Obviously, we could go face first in Divine Shield right now, but we could also not and just buff him up. And this one will buff itself as well. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. We take a loss on the round, but our Tide Oracle is already at 29-32.
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
I think we stick at this tier for a minute. I want that Drakari.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
So I'm gonna do away with Reckless Cliff Diver. It's kind of one of the stronger minions on the field, but I need something like that. Apprentice Sephin. Can do our seafood there for this turn. I'm going to sell off the Bubble Gunner. Careful investment. And then we get the double end of round, so Sephin will give himself all of the buffs we need. Should work out pretty well. Something like that. We're going against Naga. I'm gonna let base skill kill itself. Nah, we'll do that.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Perfect. We can start stealing these and giving those buffs to our minions in our hand. As long as he doesn't get attacked. We get one of these big ones, hopefully the bigger one. And we do 319, 332 on that Tide Oracle Morgl now. So, take 4 damage every day of the week for 200 on our minions.
We all hit some bumps now and then.
So we got the Sephin. We got the base skill. Really need to try and triple this Bran. Need to triple the Bran for a couple reasons. One being to free up that spot on our field. There it is, Bran triple. Wasn't actually sure if we were going to get it, but that was actually pretty quick. Tier 6. Mecha Jiraxis. It's 3 extra cards. It's a lot of gold value. Felfire Conjurer works. We can use that with the Drakari. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna save the seafood stew now. And we get a second Gromlin Gourmet next turn, and a Fire Skill Hoarder after this goes up twice for our Tavern spells. He's gonna get 2 more buffs, so seafood stew will give like 15 minimum. $396, $377. $432, $396. And he's just going to take all of them out now. Tide Oracle Morgl putting in the work. Best part is they're going to use their big creatures as a defense right away. And we're in the top 4. It's a win already. grab that.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
That is, in fact, our interchangeable spot, so... Hackerfin, good with that. Shulfin Mystic. And another Shulfin Mystic. We'll take it. So we're going to get all those buffs on our minions. Shulfin 3 times. Shulfin 3 times again. 9/9 for each one already. And just for good measures, I'm going to grab this Operatic Belcher and throw him on the field. $72.81. 117, 126. 162, 171. 207. Already at 252, 261, and the one in our hand is at almost 500, 500. We're making Murlocs work. Game 1. This whole double-tide Oracle Morgl is intense. And we'll gain all... Well, they gain all the stats. Honestly, I feel like it could be when it gets attacked. Is there any way to get Wind Fury on the Tide Oracle? Made it to the top 2. That Reno, though.
Keep up the pressure.
Freaky. Alright, so... something to break Divine Shields. Probably kind of a must here, huh? Need the buff from the Oracle Morgl to go on the other Morgl, so... and himself, obviously. Well, hopefully... hopefully the Morgl doesn't get one-shot. Could also grab this Gladiator next turn. I'd like triple Drakari if we could, but I guess it doesn't really matter if we're not playing any Tavern spells. Maybe that's our interchangeable spot. We'll just leave him for this turn. We're trying to buff Tavern spells, but really it's just Oracle Morgl buffing himself.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Massive. Well, now that that is taunt, maybe maybe we can hit this big one. Yeah, we do. 1277, 1230. Alright, damage cap is gone. We're going to take 17. 16 health left. I think it's us versus Reno this round.
Rough battle. Pick your
How much did Reno grow?
time to pretend it's a
Naga, still. Thaumaturgist buffs are permanent, so they're going to be big minions. With our tiny little Gurgle. Let's do Operatic Belcher. We'll throw him in there. And... honestly, the whole, like, end of turn things, kind of not really necessary now. The Operatic Belcher would work if we can get a buff to our field and then something to break Divine Shields. Just gonna buff that up right away. Sweet, we kill one of his big ones. This actually works out. Well, not really. We don't get the extra buff, but he's won 9 rounds in a row, and then he just took a loss there. Hopefully we get Nobundo. We do. So we got a couple turns to try and figure this out. We need to get Divine Shield Break. And preferably some taunts.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Perfect. Take it. That works.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
Let's do Tauntaun. Yeah, one of those as well. We'll give all of our minions 14/14, so these can't die to the AoE bomb once we do get it. And then we'll do the next turn buff. So we got a 14, 39, 13, 94 Tide Oracle. We're going against Murlocs. He's got the Operatic Belcher portrait thing. We got tons of Venomous. So...
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Alright. Perfect. Get a little bit of a buff on him again. Not much, but I think Elise wins that. I think Reno's going to be hurting. Reno's dead. Reno just took 43 damage. If we don't get something to break Divine Shields, we absolutely lose this. I don't think that we're gonna get it. Rough. Well, rip. That was it. That was our shot at it, as it were. I'm gonna put Seth in first. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. I do think Sephin first is probably the best bet. We know he's got strong Taunt Divine Shields. Alright, his big minion's just straight up dead. That actually works out pretty well, because we're gonna kill the big guys, keep getting stronger. Hopefully that hits here. It does, so we're good. We get stronger yet, 2,367, and even bigger again, 2,404. And that's it. That was first. First game, we pulled off a win with Murlocs.